Hello and welcome to Go Ballistic, the Scottish Sun's Euro 2024 podcast. On this edition, you'll hear from Sunsport columnist Kris Boyd ahead of Germany versus Scotland tomorrow night. You'll hear from our chief football writer Robert Grieve, who's travelling with the Scotland squad from Garmisch-Partenkirchen up to Munich for tomorrow night's game. And with me is my colleague Andy Devlin. Andy, Euro 2024 fever, it's everywhere.
It is indeed, Roger, and it's finally upon us, isn't it? We're match day -1, as they call it nowadays, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's been a long time coming. It feels as if the entire country's moved across to Germany, so the boys are going to have tremendous backing in Munich, and I can't wait for it to all get underway.
Later on in the day, you'll see Steve Clarke and the captain Andy Robertson speaking at the official UEFA pre-match press conference, beginning to make it all feel real when they're in the city itself that the game's being played, Andy.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, they've obviously had a tremendous welcome at their base, but as you say, when you actually move into Munich, and once they see that the vast numbers of Scotland fans that have travelled, I think it'll really, the magnitude of the occasion, it's the opening game, they're playing the hosts, it doesn't get any better.
I mentioned Robert Grieve, he's obviously over there with our colleagues Bill Leckie and Derek McGregor. One of our colleagues who was in the show earlier in the week, Ben Ramage, he flew out to join the Tartan Army last night. Some of your own friends from back in Motherwell are there, Andy, as fans. Are they enjoying themselves?
I think they are, Roger, and why wouldn't they be? It's going to be an occasion to savour.
It certainly is. We're all looking forward to it. Well, as you know, on Go Ballistic this week, we've been at all of the centres of Euro football. We've been in Munich, we have been in Nuremberg, we've been in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, so it only seems fair to Ayrshire. Sunsport's very own Kris Boyd. Boydie, good morning. You're looking forward to tomorrow's game?
Yeah, it's about time you came to Ayrshire. That's the last time I think you were down here. You were on another channel and you get beaten a quiz. But however, good morning.
Good morning. Are you joining the excitement of the rest of the nation tomorrow? How do you think it will go?
It's a great occasion. It's the opening of the Euros. It's brilliant that we're there. But I think there's been a lot of people spoken about Scotland, getting there, and you don't want to just go and make out the numbers, Roger. You want to go and put on a show, and I think tomorrow night gives us a great opportunity to get off to a great start. I'm sure that Germany in home soil will be looking at Scotland and thinking it's a walkover. But Steve Clarke and the rest of the Scotland players will want to go out there and put on a performance that's not the case. I think Germany have improved in recent months, but there's nothing to stop Scotland causing an upset, that's for sure.
Now, you know Steve Clarke well. Kris, you played under him at Kilmarnock. It's a big day for him. He won't give away the team when he speaks to the media this afternoon. From your own point of view, the three areas of decisions to be made in defence, midfield, and that lone frontman?
To be honest, I think having thought about it, I was thinking that maybe Porteous in that right hand side, because if Germany get on top, then it becomes a back five, and you've more of that. But the more I think of it, I don't see it happening, because he would have tried it out, in the two friendly matches. So I expect Tony Ralston to be at right back, so that one's taken care of. And the centre back area as such, I think it'll be Henry, Porteous, and Tierney. Maybe does Hanley come in there for either Henry or Porteous? I'm not too sure. He's not played a lot of football, and I think with the pace of Porteous and Henry, it could be crucial as well. So I'm going to go that with my back three. I think the decisions in the middle of the pitch, or the dilemma that Steve Clarke faces. He's got two really, really good footballers in there, and Billy Gilmour and Callum McGregor, but I get the feeling there's only going to be room for one of them. Scott McTominay will play, John McGinn will play, and I think you've got to find a way to get Ryan Christie into the team, Roger. He probably, if you went back, some squads ago, he'd have been the one to miss out, and it would be McGregor, Gilmour, McTominay, and McGinn as that box in there with the latter two, the ones that are further forward. But I just think Ryan Christie's performances, and not only that, Roger, he scored big goals for the nation. He scored big goals.
Well, the players know by now, Kris. When did Steve tend to tell you the teams?
Because I speak about it all the time. Like, it was never named, but you could more or less tell. Like, if it was going Saturday to Saturday at Kilmarnock, you can more or less tell on the Tuesday morning, because that's how well prepared he was. It wasn't the starting 11 as such, but you knew there was 7 or 8 or 9 of that starting 11 were already nailed on, at the early parts of the week, because he started to work on a game plan, obviously defensively, but offensively as well, where he could go and hurt the opposition. So I think for the boys will know the team. That they will have worked on patterns of play, they'll have worked on the shape, they'll have worked on everything else that needs to be done, because that's why we are where we are. Steve Clarke leaves no stone unturned. He's very, very thorough in his approach to every single game, and the boys will know the team already. It might not be confirmed, but if you have to go and speak to them at this moment in time, they will be able to tell you, the starting 11.
Steve, obviously, had some terrific strikers at Kilmarnock that season. They finished third. Eamon Brophy and Greg Stewart were terrific for him. He's now got Che Adams.
It's all about the competition.
He's now got Che Adams and Lawrence Shanklin. Is it Adams ahead of Shanklin for the opener?
Be, and that's nothing against Lawrence Shanklin. I think there's games where it suits Shanklin to be playing, but I think with the way the game's going to plan out, you'd imagine Germany will have a lot of the ball. Your striker is going to be tireless, what rate into channels, and not only that allows you space for your Christie, McTominay, McGregor, McGinn to get forward. Obviously Robertson and Ralston and the wing backs as well. But I feel as if Lawrence Shanklin has improved his game so much over a period of time. But I just think that this game will suit Che Adams better in terms of that running into channels, his link-up play. And who knows? There is no doubt that Lawrence Shanklin is a better finisher than Che Adams. You never know if we're in this game, 75, 80, 85 minutes. Steve Clarke throws Lawrence Shanklin on and we create an opportunity. You just never know. And that's, I can go back to even times as well, when strikers and, right at the start with Steve Clarke as well, stay in the game for as long as we possibly can. I'll make changes and, we'll get a result. I've spoken about it often enough. And, that will be the message that's sent through, to all the players. And, the team, the strength is the squad. And that's what we've got right now. Yes, we have a few missing. But I don't think we've got some top players in there. But there's one thing about this group of players, they're all together, and I think that's key.
Your column will be in the Scottish Sun at the weekend reviewing the game in Munich. We'll get you back and Go Ballistic to review it as well. But before the game, your prediction for Friday night, Chris?
Get something. We're going to have a lot go in our favour, but that's what happens when you are the underdog. But as I said, there's plenty of reasons where the Germans might think that they can just turn up and win this game. Munich will be packed with. Obviously, German supporters will be loads of Scottish people there as well, but we will be outnumbered. Germany are, a bigger nation. They are a, worldwide known football nation as well. Produce top players. They've got some top players in their squad right now that will cause us problems. But I just get the feeling that the opening game, if we start properly and frustrate them, the nerves could kick in, and they could. Because they've not been in great form. As I said at the start, recently they've picked up, but they've not been in great form. And the lack of competitive football as well, Roger, I think could be key. They've not had that qualifying campaign, and sometimes you just get the feeling that can come back to bite you. And if Scotland go and approach the game in the manner that they did at the start of their qualifying campaign, then I think we've every chance of getting something. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, which I think would be brilliant to start the tournament.
Boyd, thank you very much. Enjoy the big game. We'll speak to you at the weekend. All the best.
Good luck.
Now we can head over to Garmisch-Partenkirchen to our chief football writer, Robert Grieve. Now, I was laughing earlier in the week, Robert, as the rain was coming down. You were all wrapped up. You were heading off to buy a thick jumper. It's looking a bit different now, and I'm actually a little bit jealous at that view over your shoulder.
Yeah, this is the room view. Roger, pretty glorious outside. You can see the mountain ranges behind them. Choking cold a little bit, right enough, but we're standing out in that rain the other day. But yeah, the weather's picked up a little bit. It's definitely a little bit warmer, thankfully.
Now, you're heading off very shortly to Munich. Tell us about the journey. How far away are you from Munich? How long will it take you to get up the road? And what is happening later today?
Well, there's still, because, I keep talking about the rain, but because of the rain, there has been issues with the train services. We're out in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, as you know, which is about an hour and 40 minutes from Munich. It was meant to be 2 trains to get there, a very short train, and then into Munich. And the first one, I think the line, there's still issues with the line. So we've chosen press guys that that are all here. We have chosen to get a bus. It's a very good bus service. So say about an hour and 45, 50 minutes from here, it'll get us into the centre of Munich.
Now you speak to Steve Clark and I believe Andy Robertson round about tea time, our time here, the official UEFA pre-match press conference. Much as I'd like him to do so, you can't imagine Steve Clark's going to spill the team, can you?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. I think there may still be some late decisions to be made. As we're all kind of debating what the team could be. You do wonder about Scott McTominay, his fitness. I think if he's almost there, he plays, he's so important for the team. But I think in his head he'll know the team probably. If everyone comes through the final training session, we'll probably do something tomorrow morning. If everyone comes through that, I think he'll know the team. But no, we know Steve Clark well enough now, Roger, that he won't be divulging any certainties. So we won't be getting the team when we speak with them later. Absolutely not.
Earlier in this episode of Go Ballistic, we spoke to Sunsport columnist Kris Boyd. He feels Ryan Christie will start. He's not sure at whose expense. He believes it's maybe Ryan Porteous ahead of Grant Hanley in that three-man central defence. Fair comment, you think, Robert?
Yeah, it was good that Kris was listening to me last night when he phoned me and asked me what I thought the team would be. What I was surprised was to see Kris Boyd in running gear. I've not seen him in running gear for a long time, certainly not when he was at Rangers in that last spell. But yeah, listen, I think I've got concerns over Grant Hanley. I think he's been a terrific Scotland player down the years. He's been someone we can always rely on. But for me in that game against Finland on Friday last week, Friday night, wasn't it? I thought he looked way short of match fitness. I think you have to commend him for getting into shape, good enough to get into the squad. But the way he kind of lost one of the balls, it was coming in the air at one point. He get outstripped for pace a couple of times. So for me, Ryan Porteous plays, yeah. Very similar players in a lot of ways, penalty box defenders, guys who like defending. I know that sounds a strange thing to say about centre backs, but someone who will throw himself into the challenge. So I don't have any concerns about Ryan Porteous if he does play. And listen, we've got two other games to come. There'll be vital games for us. So I don't think the team that starts this game on Friday night will be the team that probably starts the next game.
Yeah.
But I do agree. I think Ryan Christie has become such an important player for Scotland, and actually in the last few friendly games, he was one of the standouts. He was one of the players that brought his club form right into those games. So I'd be surprised if he drops out. But we're so strong there. I know that the smart money, if you like, seems to be on McGregor, Gilmour, McTominay, McGinn is the box. But I don't know. I've just got this sneaky suspicion that Ryan Christie somehow gets in the team. But listen, I've been wrong before, Roger, and I could be wrong again.
Listen, I shall let you go and get your tickets looked out for that bus journey to Munich. Have a safe travel, and we will speak to you on Go Ballistic again on match day, Robert. Thanks.
Perfect. Look forward to it. Thanks, Roger.
We can now head over to our football editor, Derek McGregor. He is the first of our team to have landed in Munich ahead of tonight's press conferences. Derek, what's it like in the city that will stage the opening game?
Fantastic, Roger. Fantastic. I came down from Nuremberg last night, and the minute I hit the city centre, all I could hear was Flower of Scotland, bagpipes, just the general sound of the Tartan Army properly making their mark in this city. Fantastic good humour. And I think they've been down a storm with the locals. They've certainly been down a storm with the breweries, Roger, that's for sure.
Now, you were at the German press conference yesterday, spoke to Florian Wirtz, to Jamal Musiala. Today, though, it's the captain, Ilkay Gundogan. It's the manager, Julian Nagelsmann. Will they have big questions to answer from the German media ahead of this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting, Roger, that there seems to be a concern about Gundogan. I mean, listen, fantastic player, absolutely terrific player. But there seems to be a concern about him negatively affecting the Musiala-Wirtz dynamic in the team. Some feel that his presence, in a way, is holding back the two of them, the two young bucks, who are seen very much the future of German football. But it does seem quite incredible that there's a debate over the presence of somebody like Ilkay Gundogan. And when you think about it, of course, you throw Tony Kroos into that midfield as well. That's dazzling.
And Nagelsmann himself, I mean, people forget because of his illustrious career, he is still only 36 years of age. This will be an enormous tournament for him. Will he be feeling the pressure going into it, Derek?
100%, Roger. I mean, I think I think obviously he got sacked by Bayern Munich about a year ago, and that bruised him significantly. He didn't hang about in accepting the national team job, but in a sense, he's almost like got it all to prove again. I think he's the youngest coach at this tournament, and obviously his reputation has still kind of survived the sack at Bayern. But I think there is pressure on him, Roger, because if he was to flop badly in charge of the national team in this group section, then he really is damaged goods.
I know the Tartan have been throwing themselves into all things German over there. They've been trying the steins of the local brew. They've been trying the famous German sausages, the bratwurst, etc., the schnitzels. Have you managed to indulge in any apple strudel yourself in the last couple of days, Derek?
Well, I have to confess, Roger, I gave into temptation last night. Hot apple strudel with vanilla ice cream. It's fair to say I finished it, Roger.
Well, let's hope the Scots can finish the Germans off tomorrow night as well. Have a good day, Derek. Thanks for coming on to Go Ballistic.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Thanks for watching and listening to Go Ballistic. We will be back tomorrow, which is, of course, the day Euro 2024 kicks off with the host Germany against Scotland.